Regan Slaymaker for International Boxing News, and I have the pleasure to be joined by Hall of Fame promoter Frank Warren. Frank, how are you, after a historic night in Saudi on Saturday?
I was trying to get my voice back. I'm doing okay. It was, as you say, it was historic, it was epic. Two gladiators, two warriors who bared their souls in the ring and gave everything to try and win the belts, both of them, and obviously one of them was successful, and gave the crowd the most thrilling fight in the heavyweight division this century, and the biggest heavyweight fight this century.
Definitely. How much of a an advertisement was that fight? Obviously, it was the biggest fight. It was billed as the biggest fight. It was the biggest fight. But to produce a fight like that, it doesn't happen often as well. How much of an advertisement was that for boxing?
How much
of an advertisement was that?
It was a great advertisement for the sport. They're the two best heavyweights in the world fought each other in a very, very close fight that had. A lot of people give it obviously to Usyk, some give it a draw, and a few people gave it to Tyson as winning it by a round. But whatever it was a great fight, and it was a close fight, and it deserves a rematch, and there'll be a rematch.
It definitely does as well. The whole night was a great night for Queensberry on the whole. On the top of it, Anthony Cacace becoming Queensberry's latest world champion, Mark Chamberlain, WBC silver champion, and Moses Atama. Sum up those three for me.
Well, Anto done a brilliant job. He showed the skill set that he's got. He showed that he hasn't been as active as he should be, but anyway, that's in the past. But this fight, he trained hard for it. He was a big underdog. Joe Caldini is an excellent fighter, but Anto sort of very early on got the superiority in the fight. Certainly that knockdown in the third round. And also, when it came to the end, he boxed magnificently. At stages, you'd have thought he was the champion. But it's brilliant. It's brilliant for him. It's brilliant for his family. It's brilliant for Northern Ireland, Britain. We've got another champion, and that's fabulous.
Definitely as well. Mark Chamberlain as well. I have to touch on him. I was saying to everyone, I think I had a conversation with Liam Dillon, who fought Joshua Wahab before, and he was telling me how much of a difficult night Mark was in for. Hard puncher, all this. Easy work for him.
It was. I to be honest, I thought it was going to go. I thought we'd see a few rounds of this, and it was a test as well for him. But he done magnificently well. Two great shots, and just done what he done, took the fight out of him. And on the platform that he's had through, because His Excellency likes him so much, and we pushed to get him on there. On that platform, he showed his worth and what he's all about. He's taken advantage of that in both hands, no doubt, literally in both hands. And same night, another guy that we promote, Berinchyk, won the title in the States, so that could be a fight down the road.
Would you say it's likely that Mark Chamberlain and Dennis Berinchyk, they can get it on later down the year?
I would think so. It'd be a great fight.
Definitely. And without I think every time you mention Mark Chamberlain, you have to mention a certain other Queensberry lightweight, Sam Noakes. Yeah. Do you think they're likely to meet after that one?
Look, wouldn't it be great if he fights for the world title, wins it, and then they fight each other? Sam's a tremendous fighter. He's done everything that's been asked of him. His last performance was a great box. He boxed really well. We know he's got power, and we've seen that, but he boxed extremely well. And also, unfortunately, it pitched me up against my son, who manages Sam.
That'd be great. And also, Noakes Chamberlain for the world title at York Hall. What better? I think that would be
York Hall. Forget about York Hall. That's going on in the O2.
Definitely. I look forward to seeing that one as well. Let's move on to July the 20th. Frank, every time I see Magnificent 7 being announced, it baffles me how you can get better and better. But this one on July the 20th is a monster card.
I'm not going to disagree with you. It's a fabulous card. It's a great concept. We revived it and started working it again, and it's just caught everybody's imaginations, basically because they are such good quality 50-50, mostly 50-50 matchups. Might be a couple of 60-40s in there, but that's what they are. And important at important stages of all the fighters' careers who fight each other. And the two joint main events are going to be crackers, there's no doubt about that.
Definitely as well. Let's talk about Nathan Heaney and Brad Pauls first. The rematch. Close fight the first time around. Brad Pauls was saying how he was praising you, saying you're a man of your word, giving him that second fight on this massive platform as well. But also massive implications for Nathan Heaney, who was close to getting that world title shot, I hear.
It was very close, but it was a tough fight, and I didn't think he'd have enough time to get ready for it. And this fight, that fight was, with a lot of people, was a contender for Fight of the Year, domestic Fight of the Year. So we're going to get it again. If it's half as good as the last one, and the atmosphere it created, it'll be brilliant. It'll be brilliant.
Definitely as well. And Liam Davies, Shabaz Masoud, I think very much number 1 versus number 2 in the domestic division as well. I mean, I was talking to Liam Davies a minute ago. He's fired up for that fight, but a cracker, another Queensby versus Matchroom.
It is. It's a great fight. Liam, since he's been with us, has won the British, Commonwealth, European, and the IBO title. We all know in the EU he's got the other 4 belts. 16 fights. I mean, that is something a little bit special. I think he's one of the most improved and one of the best young fighters coming through in the world. And Masoud, they have history. He's beaten him twice as an amateur. And I was standing up there in between, as I've been saying to everybody in every interview, listening to the two of them and what they were saying. We are going to have something special with that fight, no doubt about it. It'll be a cracker.
Definitely, and I'm looking forward to it as well. On the card as well, Andrew Kane challenging for the British and Commonwealth titles. Excellent fight as well. Nick Ball fights in Saudi. Both of them win. Do we see Queensbury head to Liverpool?
Yes. Got to, haven't we? Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I for one are looking forward to that one as well. One fight I want to talk about was on the EBU circular as well, between your man Dennis McCann, Ionut Baluta, European title as well. Do we have any news on that coming soon?
That fight will happen.
Frank, just picking this up, Joyce Chisora announced July the 27th, massive main event.
It is. 2 Brits, both of them at the crossroads of their careers, and neither of them can afford to lose this. This is all or nothing.
It definitely is as well. Stacked undercard as well, Sean Noakes in Davies, but then also Dennis McCann, Ionut Baluta, European title, massive fight, massive rematch as well.
Listen, it's a fantastic card, isn't it? It's a great card, great fighters on there. I'm really looking forward to it. Henry Turner, Sean Noakes, all these guys. And we're going to be adding, and there'll be more to be announced.
Definitely as well. Henry Turner, the showman as well, massive ticket seller on a massive card as well.
Yep, he is a showman, and he's put together, 5 knockouts in his last 6 fights, I think it is. He's finding that power, he's settling down now, and now it's time to stepping up and move forward, and I expect him to fight sometime, I hope this year, for a British title at least.
That's all I need. Promoter Frank Warren, thank you very much. Cheers, thank you very much.